Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. How are you? Grade 4. This is teacher Malak from Taqarub School. So today inshallah we're gonna explain a grammar lesson. Our title for this grammar is expression for the past. So again, our title for this grammar lesson is expression for the past. So as I said in the previous class, we talked about used to. So who's gonna tell me what does it mean? What's the meaning of used to? Raise your hand, please. Be quiet and raise your hand. Excellent. Used to, which means اعتاد على. اعتدت على. Okay, so I have a question, guys. When do we use used to? When do we use used to? Yes, excellent. So we use used to or use to. Focus. Used to. Used to. So here we have used to and used to without G. Excellent. For something that happened regularly in the past but does not happen now. So again, we use used to or used to for something that happened regularly in the past. Focus. Regularly happened in the past but does not happen now. But does not what? Happen now. Happened in the past. Happened regularly in the past but does not happen now. Focus, okay? Happened in the past but does not happen now. So who's gonna tell me what is the form of used to? Tell me, guys. Excellent. The sentence begin with what? Subject. And you know the sentence begin with what? With the subject. Excellent. So the first thing, subject. After subject, what do we have? Excellent. Used to. Excellent. Used to. After used to, verb 1. After used to, verb 1, infinitive verb. Verb 1, which means we cannot add s, es, ing, ed to the verb. No. Past form. Verb 1, which means past form, infinitive verb. Okay? So again, the form of used to, subject, plus used to, plus verb 1. As I said, verb 1, we cannot add s, es, ing, ed, ied to the verb, okay? Just past form, okay? So after used to, we have what? Verb 1. After used to, what do we have? Verb 1. Excellent. And you're gonna know that this form comes to refer to an action that a person used to do in the past. So as I said, this is something that happened in the past, but does not happen now. Okay? Focus in this sentence. This happened, that happened regularly in the past, but does not happened now. Okay, so here we have examples. Who's going to read example sentence number 1, please? Excellent. He used to wake up early. So in the past and has a stop now, right? So he used to wake up early, but he has a stop now, right? Look at the second example, please. Who's going to read the second example? Excellent. He used to play football when he was young, but he's too old now. Again, he used to play football when he was young. Focus, but he's too old now. So I will explain this sentence. So in this sentence, he used to play football when he was young. Okay? كلنا متفقين إنه he used to play football when he was young. But be careful. But he's getting old now. He's getting old now. So he does not happen now. It does not happen now, right? He used to play football when he was young, but he's getting old now. So he cannot play football, right? Excellent. So again, we use used to or used to for something that happened regularly in the past, but does not happen now. The form begin with subject. After subject, we have used to. It is necessary after used to, what do we have? Raise your hand. Verb 1. As I said, verb 1, we cannot add s, es, ing, ed, ied to the verb, just the past form. And as I said, this form comes to refer to an action that a person used to do in the past. Okay? Now, let's move to the negative form. So, the negative form is used with used to in this way. Focus. We cannot use used to in the negative form. No, that is impossible. The negative form for used to is didn't use to. Didn't use to. Not didn't used to. No, be careful. Didn't use to. Because used here is a verb too. Just we should know, guys, that after the verb to do, I mean the verb to do, does, did, don't, doesn't, didn't. So after the verb to do, we have verb 1. And the verb 1 from the verb used is use. So used is a verb 2. Use is a verb 1. So after the verb to do, we should know that we have a verb 1. And used, verb 2. Use, verb 1. Okay? Without D, verb 1. With D, verb 2. That's it, guys. So again, the negative form from used to is didn't use to. Didn't use to. Okay? And you should know, put it in your mind, after the verb to do, we have best form or verb 1. Okay? So here we have examples. Look at these examples, please. It didn't used to be so crowded in the shops as it nowadays. So focus in this sentence, please. It didn't. So what do we have after didn't? Used to or used to. Raise your hand. Excellent. We have used to, not used to, because here we have didn't. Didn't, after didn't we have verb 1, right? So it didn't use to be so crowded in the shops as in nowadays. So I'm gonna explain this sentence. So in this sentence, it didn't used to be so crowded in the shops as it is nowadays, as it what is nowadays. Okay. Look at this example, please. Who's going to read this example or this question? Excellent. Did you used to live in a flat? So according if the verb was a negative, affirmative, after the verb to do, we have verb 1. Here we have did. So did, after that, we have verb 1. Yani, we gonna use to, not used to. So did you used to live in a flat? So if you wanna answer, yani, if the answer is yes, what should I answer? Yes. Raise your hand, please. Yes. Here we have a question. The question is, did you used to live in a flat? I wanna answer. If the answer is yes, what is the answer? If the answer is no, what is the answer? Please, raise your hand. Again, here we have a question. Did you used to live in a flat? Focus with me. If the answer is yes, yes, I used to live in a flat. I used to, in affirmative sentence. In affirmative sentence. Yes. If the answer is yes, we're gonna use used to. With D, yes. Use with D, okay? If the answer is yes, again, we're gonna use used to. Used to. With D. If the answer is no, you're gonna answer no, I didn't. Be careful. Here we have didn't. As I said, after didn't, what do we have? Verb 1. And the verb 1 from used to is used to without D. If the answer is no, no, I didn't used to live in a flat. Got it, the idea, guys? Okay. Another example to explanation more. Who's going to read the second example, please? Excellent. Did he used to have a dog? Did he used to have a dog? Here we have a did. After that, what do we have? Excellent. Verb 1. Used to, not used to, because used is a verb 2. And after the verb to do, what do we have? Verb 1. Excellent. So, did he used to have a dog? If the answer is yes, what is the answer? Excellent. Yes, he used to have a dog. Yes, he used to have a dog. As I said, guys, if the answer is yes, we're gonna use used to. طيب, if the answer is no, what is the answer? No, he didn't used to have a dog. He didn't used to have a dog. Again, if the answer is yes, we're gonna answer with used to. If the answer is no, we're gonna answer didn't use to without D. Okay? So if you have any questions so far about used to, just raise your hand or write down your questions. Okay? Now here we have had to. Had to. So we use had to for a past action that was a must be that was a must to be done. Again, here we have a difference between used to and had to. Used to, as I said, we use it for something that happened regularly in the past but did not happen now, right? But had to, we use had to for a past action that was a must to be done. That was a must be done. Used to, something happened regularly in the past but does not happen now, while had to for a past action that was a must to be done. Okay, here we have the same questions. Look at the first question, please. Did she have to take the rest? Did she have to take the rest? Okay, so here they ask with did, right? So as I said, after did we have verb 1. Had to is a verb 2. So the verb 1 from had to is what? Have to. So that's why here we write have to, not had to. Yani you cannot say did she had to take the test? Surely no. We're gonna ask did she have to take the test? So if the answer is yes, what is the answer? Yes. Here the question with have to. Okay, yes. Did she have to take the test? If the answer is yes, yes, she had to take the test after school. If the answer is no, no, she had not. No, she didn't have to take the test after school. Again, here we have a question. Let's begin with that. Okay. Let's begin with that. After the that, we have verb 1 and the verb 1 from had to, have to. So, did she have to take the test? If the answer is yes, we're gonna use had to. If the answer is no, we're gonna answer with didn't have to. Didn't have to, not didn't have to. Be careful. Okay, now look at the second example, please. Did she have to practice the piano? So if the answer is yes, tell me what is the answer. Excellent. Yes, she had to practice the piano. If the answer is no, what is the answer? No, she didn't have to. Yes, but she wanted to. She wanted what? To. Okay, here we have 3 examples. Look and listen to example of used to and had to. So here we have the same sentences, okay, but we have a difference between them. Focus with me in sentence number 1. He used to walk to work, but now he drives. Focus. He used to walk to work, but now he drives. So this is something that happened in the past, but be careful, does not happen now. While here, he had to drive to work on Mondays. So in this action, must to be done. Excellent. So here we have a difference between 2 sentences, right? Look at the second example, please. She used to exercise every morning, but now she sleeps. Again, she used to exercise every morning, but now she sleeps. So in this action, this is something that happened regularly in the past, but does not happen now, right? Excellent. Look at the same sentence here, but we use here not used to, we use had to. She had to exercise in the morning instead of sleeping in. So here, as I said, this action that was a must to be done because he said in the morning instead of in sleeping in, right? Excellent. And the last example, Mrs. Johnson used to teach, but now she stays at home. So here we use used to. Why? Because this happened, or this something that happened regularly in the past but did not happen now, while this sentence she had to. So here we use had to. So she had to stay at home to take care of her son. So this action actually must be done. Okay, so if you have any question, just raise your hand. Here we have exercise at the bottom of this page. Yes, page 50. Complete the sentences used to or had to. Who's going to read sentence number 1? Excellent. Every day he ran to the train station because he was always late. Excellent. So every day we cannot say used to. This is impossible. Every day he had to run to the train station because he was always late, according to the meaning. Focus. The second one, she used to shop at Quick Market, but now she shops at supermarket. The third one, Penn's parents told him he had to work hard so he could get an A. The last one, we used to watch TV, but now we play outside instead. So this is what our reading lesson talk about. So if you have any question, just write down your questions. Thanks for listening.